Here's my 8 classic Halloween films you need for the holiday. Classic here means the studio era, 1930s through 50s. Most Halloween movie lists just give you horror films, but that's wrong. Halloween is a celebration, a fun, happy time draped in macabre iconography. A joyful, dark time for everyone, and I've got you covered. Number 8. The Cat and the Canary, 1939. The Cat and the Canary is the original old dark house story, and if you haven't seen it, you've absorbed the basics through cultural osmosis. A bunch of offbeat characters converge on an isolated old dark house to hear the reading of a will that contains an odd stipulation. The house is rumored to be haunted, and a psychopath has escaped from a nearby asylum, and soon there's a dead body. It was first a play, then a stylish silent film, then 2 now lost talkies, and then this one. The change here is adding Bob Hope, playing his typical Bob Hope character, complete with one-liners and references to his radio show, which, surprisingly, is not disruptive to the story. Everyone should see an old dark house movie on Halloween, and this is the old dark house movie. Perhaps it's not great art, but it's fun, and perfect for afternoon Halloween viewing for the whole family. Number 7. The Canterville Ghost, 1944. Due to an act of cowardice, Sir Simon de Canterville, Charles Laughton, is cursed never to know peace until a descendant performs a brave deed. 300 years later, American troops are billeted at Canterville Castle, and one of them turns out to be a distant relative. The young lady Jessica de Canterville, Margaret O'Brien, befriends the soldier and the ghost, and together they attempt to break the curse. There's been multiple adaptations of the source material. This is the best. This is joyful, witty, a touch emotional, and again, a perfect choice for a family afternoon movie marathon on Halloween. Number 6. Blithe Spirit, 1945. No silver screen here, it's luscious color, directed by David Lean. The story? A novelist looking for material for a new book has the eccentric Madame Arcady, played by the even more eccentric Margaret Rutherford, perform a seance, which goes too well, summoning the ghost of the author's first wife, which only he can see, much to the displeasure of his second. It's closely based on an Noel Coward play, so the dialogue is sophisticated and fun. Ghosts and wit make for a good Halloween evening film. Number 5. The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, 1947. It's Halloween romance. Recently widowed, Mrs. Muir moves to a seaside cottage that is haunted by the ghost of a sea captain. There's attraction between the widow, Jean Turney, who was always inhumanly beautiful, and the brash captain, as well as a cad, played by the master of cads, George Sanders. And this is the second ghost story on my list in a row, starring Rex Harrison. It also has one of the all-time great scores. The film works for children. I enjoyed it as a kid. This one is for the adults. Number 4. Topper, 1937. Ghosts just fit with Halloween. Topper gives us a fun-loving, irresponsible, wealthy couple, played by Cary Grant and Constance Bennett, who find themselves ghosts after driving their car into a tree. Stuck on Earth, they deduce that they need to perform a good deed to move on, and decide theirs will be bringing a bit of fun into the life of their sad, stuffy banker. Their idea of fun is disruptive for everyone. This is one of the all-time great screwball comedies, moving a mile a minute. It was a huge success, and rightly so. Number 3. I Married a Witch, 1942. A witch, recently released from eternal prison in the roots of an oak tree, sets out to avenge herself on the descendant of the Puritan who had her arrested, but accidentally drinks the love potion she intended for him. It's part rom-com, part screwball comedy, and all fun. Veronica Lake is at her absolute best as the adorable, very, very adorable, and sometimes frightening witch. Everyone else is good, particularly Cecil Calloway as her sorcerer father, but this is Lake's picture. It was the inspiration for the TV show Bewitched, and this makes 2 films in a row on my list based on the novels of Thorne Smith. Number 2. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, 1948. The Universal monsters were pretty much done, and Abbott and Costello's careers were starting to slide. But put them together and you've got magic. The trick is that the jokes are all on Abbott and Costello. The monsters are played reasonably seriously and treated completely respectfully. The plot has the 2 comedians working as baggage clerks, running into Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, and a beautiful scientist who thinks Costello's brain would work just fine in the monster's body. This is only the second time that Bela Lugosi played Dracula, also the last time, and it is the final appearance of Lon Chaney as Larry Talbot, the Wolfman. This is only surpassed by The Wolfman as the best Universal monster movie of the decade, and since most of Universal's best 30s monster films were tragedies, this is the classic monster film for Halloween. And number 1, Arsenic and Old Lace, 1944. We've reached peak classic Halloween, with Cary Grant dropping in to see his two aunts, and Teddy, who believes he's Teddy Roosevelt, with his new bride on Halloween. Finding a dead body in the window seat complicates matters. So do the additional dead bodies in the basement, and the return of his psychopathic murderer brother. It's the funniest film on this list, while having the darkest moments. Raymond Massey, Peter Lorre, Jack Carson, Josephine Hall, and Gina Dare are all perfect. Murder for Halloween on Halloween. Doesn't get better than this. And that's my 8 classic films for Halloween.